Episode 15. When the Valley Works Together. June 1993. Summer arrives with urgency in Tessie. Across the valley, the harvest season begins almost all at once. Fields turn golden, engines start before sunrise, and for a few precious weeks, the entire community seems to move in the same direction. All hands on deck. At the Ilves farm, their mill and grain silos begin to fill steadily with the season's first harvest. For a moment, it feels like the expansion of the past year has paid off. At the Kingsep farm, work continues on many fronts. Peter manages to secure the equipment needed to expand Walteri's garden operation into small-scale apple juice production, a new way to use the orchard that has quietly grown behind the farmhouse. But other problems remain stubborn. Handling straw for the larger barn proves more difficult than expected. Loads pile up faster than they can be organised, and Peter finds himself constantly improvising storage and transport solutions. Feed production, however, shows promise. The silage work from spring begins to look like one of the farm's most reliable activities. Peter starts wondering how deliveries could be organised more efficiently, perhaps even expanded. Meanwhile, the Tamms bring excitement to the region. A new Holland combine harvester arrives for demonstration and potential sale. For many farmers in Tässi, it is the most modern machine they have ever seen. Not all news is good. The Ilves brothers discover the price of flour is far lower than expected. Their mill struggles to compete, forcing them to reconsider the future of the operation. Even the large former kolkhoz mill faces serious problems. The production equipment is worn out, the roof leaks badly, and the entire building demands expensive repairs. In Tessie, opportunity and uncertainty still walk side by side. July 1st, 1993. The real harvest is about to begin.
Good morning, wonderful farming people. Welcome back to episode 15 on Vintage Survival Estonia. And we are now in July, as you can see. Tonu is already there working the field. We're gonna bale this for hay, and we actually have all the grass fields to harvest and a whole lot of stuff also. Everybody is pretty much working now day and night. So yeah, I'm not sure, maybe I will do another top silage pit thingy over there, so on the make silage out of those two little fields. That would probably be pretty good, but as you can see, money wise we are pretty low still, but we haven't gotten any payment from the Ilves brothers yet. So my tractor is here warming up, and Arvo is already going to the Maggie fields. We're gonna harvest first the oat fields, So yeah, we got 53,843 liters is for us from the Ilves brothers, and they have been doing flour out of that barley, and yeah, Andres told me that they are a little bit disappointed on the selling price of the flour. So yeah, money, but we gave them a little leeway, but I'm expecting some payment at some point when I let them know that I'm running out of money, because I need to pay these guys their salaries, so that is the main thing. And yeah, the let's see here, what else was I going to say? Yeah, so they are producing slowly and selling so slowly. It's like a little bit over 2,000 kroons for 4 pallets, so not much. They are distributing the flour through Tamms, the bigger cities, so there are. But they got to borrow the skid steer loader from the Tamms for handling the pallets for now, because money is tight. Okay, Arvo has blocked the road altogether. Okay, where is he? He's probably somewhere. Maybe he's gonna to have a little breakfast with Maggie and say hello, probably, but I think I will then start. He deserves a good breakfast, and I'm sure that Maggie will sort him out. So let's go with the oats, and I am thinking we are going to put this oats first to our grain bin. We have on the loft, on that barn, we have possibility to store grain, so that is pretty good. And yeah, we'll see the how much it will hold, and then we can calculate what belongs to Maggie from here and what belongs to us. And obviously we will extract for us the bales, so we can bale this field also. And there has been a little bit changes on the as you saw probably on the intro, there has been little changes on the store. The Tamms actually bought latest technology of a New Holland harvester. That is pretty sweet gear there. That is the top of the line and really new. So that is kind of I don't know, they're stepping up with the dealer thing. It actually looks like a real dealership. Let's put it like that. So we're gonna maybe, hopefully we will go there at some point and take a look. And let me see on my list here. Yeah, and I did bought that Krone trailer for getting those bales out of the field a little bit easier and quicker. And we have all our trailers are pretty much in use, so can't you know, I can't afford to keep those everything on the field, those bales so long, and especially when they were in Tamms Ilves field, so that is pretty decent to get those out quickly, but and also that is good that we're gonna make things much more quicker. Yeah, let's see here. I think Maggie will probably want this I'm not sure. Do the chicken eat oats? I'm not sure. But if they do, at least they eat sorghum, so she will probably want these for feed or for them, or I don't know. I'll have to ask. Okay, so what else have been going on here? Yeah, this is pretty awesome, awesome stuff. This. Yeah. Actually, yeah, my plan with the pickup header, it crumbled down pretty fast. I don't know what was wrong with me thinking that you can pick straw up from the ground with the pickup header. So obviously, because I some kind of a wrongly make conclusions of the image that I saw, the icon. But I need help from you guys on that. Let's take a look. What the hell is this thing here? Let's take a look here. What is the icon on this guy? Where is that thing here? So on the bottom, that's grass, the first one. So what are those with the, obviously straw would be without those little grain images on there. So what is it? Is it the harvesting with swafts? Why is it on here showing that? I have no idea. I don't think I have any mods of that kind, or maybe it's coming from the Plains and Prairies DLC or what. But if you can let me know, it would help me out. I don't have any idea why they are there. You know, there's soybeans, canola, oats, possibly barley and wheat. I don't know what does that mean, and that confused me totally. That I could pick up that straw, but no. And yeah, we obviously then needed to get that how did it went the swath? I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, we needed to make bales out of those fields, so I made it, and then I placed that little barn, wooden barn or log barn, where the loose straw was. So it took bales, so I could dismantle the bales over there and make loose straw, but that goddamn cow pasture, that main pasture, it doesn't accept loose straw, so I need a blower. But I can't find, they are too new everywhere, so I can't find that kind of a straw blower that I would accept. But we'll see. We'll see if something is coming at some point. We'll see about that. So yeah, let's then. Oh, my head is turning like an owl. Oh, and now we are on the traffic sign there. Never mind. You didn't see that. Okay, so what else? Yeah. So the straw bales that came out of the Ilves field, that was pretty good money, and we made 123 bales out of that. So that was pretty awesome. And I only stored like 22 bales onto the bale storage. That was, I think that's enough. And then there's something on the no, actually come on, what the hell, why? What's going on with this guy? What is it? What the heck is going on? Didn't we use this guy with the... Oh my god. On the last harvest. I think we did. I'm on the right farm. Let's take a help window. What's going on with this? Unfold tipper. What's that? Why does it unfold it? I have no idea what's going on now. Back grain draw. Oh my god. What the hell? Surely it will take oats. We did use that. Exactly like that. Oh my god, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this. Do I need to select the... Oh jeez. Oh, do I need to open that hatch, by the way? Hang on. That's hang on. Where the... like so. Do I need to open that? I don't think so. Yeah. Yeah, I think we used this guy. Yeah, we did. On that barley harvest. Okay. Let me come out of the game and I'll come back then. Let's see what's going on with this now. Yeah. Hang on a minute. Okay, problem solved. I have no idea what is going on with the trailer. I checked I'm on the right farm, everything seemed to be okay, you know, contractor rights and everything, so I don't know. Only thing that I did was that I transported manure with that because we bought 1/4 group more of those apple trees and I filled those guys up and took all the manure on the cow barn manure pit. I loaded it on the trailer and I noticed that there was no change on after that. Maybe, but I actually restarted the game and everything. But we got this from Tamms to borrow. I told that we have an issue on that and yeah, revealed that I will probably buy this at some point as soon as I get money out of the Ilbas brothers, and they agreed. They got just, you know, helping your neighbor in distress, and this works just fine. I have no freaking idea what is going on with that. Maybe I just need to get rid of it. Probably, yeah. Okay, we'll continue with this. And yeah, where was I? I was saying that the bales. So we sold 123 bales, no, 100 bales, yeah. So that gave us 9,023 kroons. So that was pretty good money. And also I sold a couple of loads of silage. That was 4K, so that is really good income. That's a kind of like a 2,000 kroons per pop. So that's why I'm probably going to make silage out of those two little fields, grass fields that we have. And then I sold firewood. I needed to sell, there was all sorts of expenses, so that gave, I think it's on the clip also, that was really full load of firewood, and it was 9,347 kroons, so really good money also. And yeah, then I filled up the apple trees, raspberry production, things like that, and I bought 4 bags of seeds, so that was 5K, so quite a lot. And then I sold all the vegetables, coal and milk, so vegetables were 2,400 or 25, coal was 5,500, and milk was 2,700. So money is, yeah, rolling in, but going out also in quite a pace. So yeah, and beside that was 4,000 of our apple tree group. Now I think our production is pretty good, so we can sell also that apple juice and the apples both. So now it's kind of in line with the production. And then I bought there 1 bag of seed and 1 bag of fertilizer. It's just so huge expense, those seed and fertilizer. So I am thinking maybe when we need to store some crop in the silo and possibly think of some kind of a solution, you know, make our own seed, buy conditioner and make seed out of that, and yeah, maybe we can save a little bit of money on that part, and hopefully the cow head count will grow, so we could get a little bit more manure and slurry to, you know, take advantage of. We'll see about that in the future. And one thing was actually the Tamms, they harvested their barley wheat here. So that is now harvested with that new, that's over there, the new harvester. So, and then they delivered to the kolkhoz, old kolkhoz grain mill. So that is the state owned. And as in the early episodes I told you that it's not certain that it will work. It has been really long time that it's not, hasn't been in operation. So that didn't work. It was really slow, and there was all sorts of issues with those people who's running it, and leaking roofs, everything is, there's mold and stuff and all sorts of things, so it probably needs a renovation, a huge one, or just demolish and get a new one, a little or something like that. I don't know what's going on with them, but that is a little setback on the area now. But hopefully they will get some support from the board. Well, actually, state should pay the renovations or fixing it or making a new one, because they're kind of working there still and getting paid. It's a workplace, and the state owns it. Just yeah, but we'll see how that goes. Hopefully our will come soon, and we will continue this harvest. I probably will bring you back when we know the amount what we have on the silo. And yeah, but the hours, the amount of hours I'm gonna be harvesting here and cutting grass and making silage, it scares me a little bit. I don't know what it will be in real life. Probably a long time, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it is gonna be just a few seconds from you guys and a whole lot of hours on YouTube for me checking my friends' videos and commenting. Hopefully I will see you in a second. Don't go away. Good evening, guys. So, welcome back. It is evening. Has been a pretty intense day, and as you can see on the money, a lot of work and workers have been going on. So we are on the negative. That's why I'm getting the silage on the trailer. I will sell a couple of trailers of these, and it's on this side so the camera doesn't go totally wonky lights. So the situation is Maggie's fields have been harvested now, and baling is still going. I needed to send the guys home, so that was maybe done like 50 bales out of that. And then also I sold already 20 bales. It was 2,050 kroons, and that is spent on wages. And also I got 5,000 from Ilves Brothers for our part of the barley, and that is spent also. And yeah, then I ran out of fuel. I needed to buy with that money 4 barrels more of fuel, and that whole he's still on the barn gladly. So, and the field 14, that is cut now, and also actually tedded. So we need to tomorrow windrow it and start baling, and we will sell all of the bales, I think so. And also we will sell all of the straw bales. Yeah, we don't I think we have enough on the storage. And we got the oats we got out of the Maggie's field. We got 48,475 kroons out of that, so that is coming. And actually that is the price which is selling now, and the Tamms have a quite nice demand on it, right now, so we're gonna sell it. I inquired of the prices and things like that, and they had the demand for it, and they actually offered to haul it, for us, so we can concentrate. We don't have to haul everything to the seller point, so they will pick it up. That is pretty cool, good thing. And then we will divide the money. We will get 11,173 kroons for us and also for Maggie. So that is coming probably tomorrow. And we have here actually a silo. I'm not sure have I showed you this, but here's the silo. Yeah, so we have on the loft there. There's the kind of a bucket thing, which we are storing there. Yeah, and you can go there from here. So here's the silo, but quite slow. Yeah, but yeah, that is that. And what else has been going on? I think that is it. Ilves brothers have harvesting going all the time, so I think we have some money coming from them also, but we'll see. They are struggling also with cash, so I saw them hauling the grain to the sell point, to the Tamms, so I think they are also, they are also selling straight away. Yeah, but this will be quite a long month, I think, but yeah, I think I will probably see you after we have advanced with the harvest, because that is basically pretty you have seen already what's going on. So yeah, while I'm at it, I think I will just grab full load of in the forks also, so we'll get a little bit more cash. We can transport this extra 2,000 with like this. Yeah. Okay, so everybody's tired and it's nice to go to bed and continue tomorrow with the harvest. And that forage harvester is probably going to go work also. Hopefully I will see you on the next episode.
The first sales bring relief. Grain and bale deliveries finally start filling the accounts of Tessie's farmers. For the first time in months, the mood across the valley lifts. The Ilves brothers manage to clear their debts. And the shared harvest from Maggie's fields goes directly to market. At last, Peter turns his machines toward his own fields. Harvesting begins, long days blending into short summer nights. But success brings new challenges. The sheer number of bales becomes overwhelming. Moving them demands more trailers, more fuel, more hours of work. And Peter begins to wonder if the next step is unavoidable, a larger, more efficient baler. Episode 16 begins. Join us and subscribe to the channel.